Hi everyone, I'm Nathan. We are back with the penultimate episode of Circus at 10, the celebration of having 10 subscribers, and a look back at the first half of 2021 as we hit mid-year. Mid-year was a couple days ago, but we're still going to keep going. Today, this video is about games I played 10 or more times, not including app games. I already did that. We are going to do what is going on my phone. People are texting me for no reason. We'll just turn that off and put the phone over there. Let's look at games that I played 10 or more times. I'm excited. What could be number one? Where's my favorite game? I don't know. This one's almost definitely in my top 5, but I only played it 10 times. I don't know when it came in because it's my brother's copy. He kickstarted it and I did not. And it's called The Whatnot Cabinet. The Whatnot Cabinet is a fun game about going out and collecting little whatnots and displaying them nicely and neatly on shelves to score points, just like in real life. Yes. And the whatnots are represented by little tokens, and you can see them right there, little tokens that represent the whatnots. And it's super fun. It's not mega challenging. The AI is vaguely annoying. The AI opponent when you play solo is vaguely annoying, but it's fine. Mostly you're just trying to build your nice tableau. Fill your shelves up with nice knickknacks and whatnots, and score lots and lots of points. And there's some planning and strategy involved. And it's just it's just fast and it is wonderful. It's just relaxing and nice. And it's just a good game experience. And I like it. And it's probably in my top 5. Maybe, maybe not. It can be in my top 5 if I want. It's my top 5, right? Okay. This is in my top 5 for sure because it's just a fun, relaxing, nice game. Thanks for being such a nice game, Whatnot Cabinet. It is. I've seen this at retail, so it's definitely out there. The artwork is beautiful. Gameplay is fun, light. It's light but fun. Plays 1 to 4 players. It says 20 minutes. That's probably about right. The one box that got the playtime correct. 20 minutes. Next up with 11 plays is Dungeon Academy. Dungeon Academy is kind of a roll and write. You roll dice that represent rooms in a dungeon. And depending on what comes up, that's what's in the room in the dungeon. And you put it in this little 4x4 grid. You put it in this little 4x4 grid here and you shake them up. And then you set your timer for 30 seconds or 60 seconds or how many ever seconds you want to set it for. It's not my timer. It's your timer. You paid money for the game. Just set it for as many seconds as you want. And then on your little map here, you map your path through. And you try and earn as many points as you can going through this dungeon without dying, running out of hit points. Terrible. Oh, so very sad. And it's super fun. The characters are super cute. And it's a fun challenge. I set it for 30 seconds and try and get through the dungeons in 30 seconds. I don't always do great, but it's fun to play solo. It's just a beat your score type of solo, so you're just trying to beat your high score, and it's nice. And I forgot to talk about what it's about. You are in the Dungeon Academy. Hang on a second. That was me, sorry. It's kind of like Hogwarts for adventurers, and they teach you how to be cool adventurers, and this is your final exam to go through these dungeons. So it's not even real monsters that you're killing. It's pretend monsters and a pretend exam. So it's nice. It's not super violent. Yeah, that was me. I'm sorry. I can't stand that thing anymore. And that's Dungeon Academy. I'm talking to dogs. I'm talking to dogs right now. And that's Dungeon Academy. It's fun. Let's see what's next. 11 plays. I'll play it some more. It's very fast. I'm sure the box says like 20 or so minutes. It's way faster than that. Especially if you play solo. Cartographers, my number 1 favorite game, probably. Right up there, certainly in the top 3, probably the top 2, maybe even number 1. It's Cartographers. It takes place in the role-playing world that we talked about last time and possibly the time before with Lockup and Role Player. Here we are drawing beautiful maps. I should get them out. You draw beautiful maps using your colored pencils or markers. It doesn't give you colored pencils or markers. You have to use your own. And you draw these beautiful maps and you feel good about yourself because you're not very artistic. But you've drawn beautiful maps. And based on the how you've arranged things, you get points. You get points from the queen. The queen wants you to go out and be a cartographer, and will give you points based on what you find, depending on what she wants. And it's a lot of fun, and there's an expansion, Cartographers Heroes, coming out. I don't know if it's expansion, it's standalone maybe. I'm going to have to get up in the middle of this video, and it makes me insane. Hey, cut that out. Just leave it alone. It's not bothering anyone. Yeah, okay. Stop it. Just leave it alone. It's not bothering anyone. Come here, I love you. I love you. Sorry, one take wonder. I'd have to start the entire thing over again if I was going to have to stop for this. Just leave it alone for 5 minutes and I'll go get it, okay? It was bothering me. I played Cartographers 14 times. It's probably my #1 game. It's really fun. I need to get the app for it. There's an app. There's a Cartographers app. It's very cheap. I can try and find some space on my phone, but I can't. Boy, this shirt is a little tight. But I just haven't bought it yet because I'm concerned that I'd be playing it all the time, like during work, and then I'd get fired. Don't play your app games while you're at work. You get fired. Dang, I need that app. I need that app because I get so bored at work. And that is Cartographers. Here we have Marvel United is next. This is also definitely in my top 3. Maybe my #1. Probably not. It's most likely to be number 3 in my top 3. I played it 17 times. Whoops, I missed Herbaceous. Alright, we'll come back to Herbaceous. Played it 17 times. It is really fun. You play, I guess, in solo mode, you play a shield agent who's directing superheroes around to let them know where the danger is so you can help them defeat the bad guy, whoever the bad guy is. The thing about this game is there's not much in this box. There are 7 heroes and 3 villains, and you play 3 heroes and 1 villain every time. So there's not much replayability in this box. Where's the replayability? In a million Cool Mini or Not expansions that Cool Mini or Not said was going to come to retail, and then decided no, they're not coming to retail. Like a year later, they announced, no, these aren't coming to retail after all. If you didn't buy them in the Kickstarter, you're never getting them. So feel bad about that. So I hurried and bought them in the new Kickstarter earlier this year, which is why my budget is dead. And so in a year or so, the whole thing will fulfill, and I'll have 17 expansions for this game, where you run around from location to location playing cards to attack villains and rescue bystanders and so forth and so on. And it's a great game, and I enjoy it very much, but I feel like 7 heroes and 3 villains is going to get a little tiring in the next 11 months, so it may slide down my list and not be number 3 on my list anymore in a couple months, because I get tired of the same 7 heroes, 3 villains. Oh well. FOMO. This one only has 16 plays, but I forgot. I didn't look at my notes. The dog was distracting me. I'm not very bright. Whatever it is, it's Herbaceous Pocket. My brother bought Herbaceous Pocket, and I borrowed his copy 17 times. 16 times. 16 times I played Herbaceous Pocket. The cards represent little herbs. Yeah. Cards represent herbs. Here they are, herbs. Herbs represented by cards, and you plant them, and then you pot them. You plant them in your little planters. It's all very beautiful. It's all very lovely, and you plant them in little planters, and you get points based on how many you plant in there. And every planter needs a specific kind of herb, has a specific requirement. They're very picky planters, picky pots. And you try and get the best score you can, and I never get close to the best score. But I played it a lot. It's not really one of my top favoritist games, like Whatnot Cabinet. It's more like Dungeon Academy, where it plays super fast. So I play it a lot because it plays super fast. If I have 5 minutes, maybe 7 or 8. If I have 7 or 8 minutes, I'll play Herbaceous Pocket Edition real fast. Pocket Edition just means cards are super tiny. They're adorably tiny. Look how adorably tiny they are. I showed it to you before. It's adorably tiny. I'm going to show it to you again because they're adorably tiny. And it does play solo, and it's just a beat your own score kind of solo. Look how tiny that is. It's a beat your own score kind of solo, and that's fine. Not every game needs an AI. Who knows? That is Herbaceous, a game of drawing cards and trying to plant them in planters that are being a pain. Next up, 25 plays of Dune Imperium. I saw Dune Imperium played by Randy and Ellen Kirby on their channel We Game Together, and I thought it looked awesome. I'm not a huge fan of the IP, but it's fine. I've seen the movies. I've read the book. I've read a book or two, seen the movies. And this is a worker placement game where you take your little guys and you send them out on secret missions to get stuff or make friends or gather resources for you so that you can be awesome, and the Emperor will let you be in charge of Dune. I think it's called Arrakis or something in the game, but I'm just going to call it Dune. And I like to really stretch out that U because I have nothing better to do with my time. It's Dune Imperium. It's really fun. There's deck building, a little bit of deck building. There is a little bit of hidden take that. There is mostly you're just trying to figure out how to get your guys to work efficiently, to efficiently make you the king of Arrakis or Dune. And it never works. I always set the AI, this is an AI game where you play against AI players if you're playing solo. And I try to win, but those AI players are real good. I don't like the Harkonnens. They're bad guys in this, and I'll never play it. I'll play this game anytime. It's either my number 1 favorite game or my number 2 favorite game. The only reason I've only played it 25 times is because it takes a long time for me to play. It's about an hour and a half game. That's long for me. Except for Jaws of the Lion. We talked about that last time. That's super long. That's probably the only game I play regularly that's longer than this. And that is Dune Imperium. It's super fun. I love it very, very much. And I played it 25 times. And there's a little water. And it's like a kinder, gentler Dune. Anybody who played the other Dune game, the regular Dune game that doesn't play solo, this is kind of a kinder and gentler Dune game. You're not going to run out of water and die. Well, you might run out of water. As a matter of fact, I can personally assure you that you're never going to have enough water for what all you want to do. But you're not going to die. And the sandworms aren't going to get you. I mean, they will get you. If your opponent learns to ride sandworms with the Sandworm Rider card, they're going to get you and they're going to make your life really awful. But they're not going to get you. I mean, they're not going to really get you. And there is conflict and battle in this game, but nobody really dies. They just, go back to base when they're done. It's very Euro. The guys are represented by cubes. It's highly Euro. I could go on and on about it all day. I wish I'd left myself better notes so I didn't feel like I was rambling so much. We'll do that for the next video. I'll write better notes and I will not ramble. Finally, last but not least, with a big 27 plays, it's a Wonderful World. Not in my top 5, maybe in my top 10. I'm not sure why I played it so much, except it plays real fast. So, you're the king of a futuristic-y type world, or you're in charge of a futuristic-y type world, and you get to decide where your resources are going and what kind of projects you're going to work on. It's drafting when you play multiplayer. You take a card out of your hand and you put it down to either gain resources or to try and build it and add it to your wonderful civilization, your society. And then you pass your hand on to the next person. But as a solo game, they just give you some cards and let you go nuts with it. It is a beat your score solo game. There's no AI. It is pretty fun. I like trying to build the tableau. I like the little resource cubes. They make me happy. They're colorful. It's a Wonderful Kingdom coming out, which is a 2-player version of this, but I didn't kickstart it because it turns out my credit card doesn't convert to Euro. So I couldn't kickstart it. I will maybe buy it in retail, but it seemed like there was a lot of content for It's a Wonderful Kingdom that is Kickstarter only. So it feels like we'll be getting a much lesser game in retail, so I may not get it. But that's an entire tangent on It's a Wonderful Kingdom. We're here on It's a Wonderful World, which I played 27 times. And I can't believe I played this game so much. It's wild. Anyway, but it's a fun, light tableau builder, and it's great for me to try and plan ahead, trying to plan ahead and think 3 moves ahead. And so that's good for my brain. And it does play solo. And it's fine. It's a very different experience playing solo than playing with other people. And I like it. And I don't super love it, but I like it. It's a good game. It's a Wonderful World. Okay, that's it for games. That's all the games I played in 2021. So for the next part of Circus 10, we're going to look ahead. Let's look ahead. We'll see what kind of stuff I'm anticipating for the rest of the year. I don't know. Maybe what I want to buy. I have no idea. I definitely have an entire video worth of stuff to talk about, which I can't remember right now, but it's on my notes, which are way over there. I threw my phone earlier, and so my notes are over there, so I can't tell you. Can't tell you anything about the next video, but there's one more video to go. So please tune in or don't tune in. Oh, this shirt is tight. Please tune in or don't turn in, or leave a comment below about why you shouldn't tune in, or why you should tune in, or what your plans are for the rest of the year 2021. Or don't. I really have to stop now. I need a script. I can't just be okay. Bye everyone. Thanks.